rank, right? You was a soldier.
Yeah, I was proud of that rank, man. When I
me too.
Man, I can actually call myself a soldier, man.
Yeah, me too, brother.
I was proud of that, man.
Yeah, I was proud of that. A little rank, boy. When I became a soldier, I thought I was an officer. You pass the soldier's test, then the next test is the officer of 50 test or captain of 50s test. Then when you really pass that one, then you really feeling yourself, man. Because now you're an officer. You have a little bit more rank. You're an officer. You're a little higher echelons now. Then the third test was an officer of 100. Officer of 100.
You thought, brother, you was
the man. You could give orders. Look, brother, go to the store for me. You thought you were a made guy.
You were like a made guy.
Now each test got harder. You had to at some point now. Some generals will say, "Well, look, brother." But you might say, "I want to join your camp." Certain generals, I believe Elder Tahar was the same way.
Our own test.
Yeah,
was harder than the Made 3 test.
That's right. But I'm saying, as far as joining the camp, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, if you wanted to join Elder Tahar's camp, you had to have a rank to even join the camp. You had to at least be a soldier.
You had to pass. No. You had to pass all three tests.
All three to join the camp.
Okay.
Because Elder Tahar's camp was the top camp in the nation, because that was the main camp that the top 7, Ariyah, Mo, Shia, Lahab, they used to speak at Elder Tahar, which was on 44th and Broadway, where Zabak and them speak. That was the main camp. So that was a high level camp. So to be in the 44th camp, you had to have a rank, man. You had to be an officer. You had to have a rank. You couldn't even be in that camp. Certain other camp leaders, like Wallace Heavy, myself, I joined the daggone camp. I didn't even have a rank because the Kazakh brought me in the camp. But then that following week, I went and took the test, man. But you had to at least be a soldier to be in that camp. They said, look, brother, you got to at least be a soldier. You had to at least be a soldier to be in the camps. You couldn't just be a member and be in the camp. Now, at the soldier's test, that was it. That was a part. What you gave them in the soldier's test, you had to break down the 12 tribes. You had to say it, write it down in the Hebrew and what they meant. All 12 tribes, right? That was.
Well, there's one test you had to break down the 12 tribes, and then you had to break down broken down was the 18 nations.
That was on the soldier's test.
Yep.
Or was that on the 50s
the ancient
test?
Assyrian, the Hebrew, and all that.
All that was on the soldier's test.
So this guy, like I said, man, Isaiah, when you was in the camp, you were a good reader. I'll give you that. And you knew a lot of scriptures. You memorized. You were quick on them scriptures, man. But I thought you knew the Hebrew, man, but you didn't know the Hebrew. Now, what you could have did was humble down and said, look, I'm really not in the Hebrew. Then we would have said, okay, look, brother, have this brother kind of show, this brother going to show you the Hebrew and the Greek and all that, man. And plus, there's no excuse because you were putting up videos, man.
Yeah, man.
I put up a couple of videos on the Hebrew, went through some words, basic words, but you went deep into it. And some of y'all even went into the Hebrew. I'm talking about from GMS Dallas, man. And other states had went into the Hebrew and the Greek, man. Oh, Monaghan, I'm going to say this. He's really the top Hebrew guy in GMS,
he's
man.
He's a new Shalimar.
He's a Shalimar, and I told him that. I said, basically, you another Shalimar, you know? Yeah. I mean, he'll go into that. He knows Hebrew better than me. He knows Hebrew better than you, even though you're good at it now. If I got back into it, I'll get my game up on the Hebrew, but I know some basic Hebrew.
Yeah.
And I can read it. I can go into the Torah, and if I read it for like a good week, I'll get right back on that higher level, man. Just like riding a bike, man. You never forget that Hebrew is in me, man.
Now guys, back Elder talk. Now, Elder Kabal was always real good in the Hebrew because he used to be used to work with Shalimar and Reinbond. Which they were real good at.
Well, he got a little rusty.
Yeah, he got a little rusty.
He's still a little, because I told him to hit certain words, he gets a little rusty.
Yeah.
But you still got it, brother.
Yeah, he still got it.
So you got to get your game up. I got to get my game up.
Too.
Okay.
But I was like I said myself, I was in Yashawan in them camp. I ain't know shit. Now Yashawan was supposed to be this great general. I didn't come up on no level. I didn't learn nothing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Yashawan knew the scriptures. He was able to call 8 scriptures at a time and break them down, and he can pose when he's hitting. One time the nigga came in with a Batman cowl, man. Oh yeah. If I can find that video, because it was all about him.
Yeah.
It was all about him.
Yeah.
He used to have the big afro.
With the
then he had the bat. He had made a Batman cowl, man.
Yep.
It was a mess, and all you saw was some black nigga with a mask with a big afro,
Yeah,
because it was all about him. It was
crazy.
basically the Yashawan show, man.
Yeah.
And I saw it in certain videos. He had that smile, like yeah, this is my camp. I saw it, man.
But he wasn't teaching. He didn't know how to raise up men. He didn't know how to raise up men, man.
Well, he was good at that military stuff. You know, captain on deck.
Yep.
Yashawan on deck.
Yeah.
Which Nate got that from, probably got that from Yashawan.
Yeah.
He is elder on deck. And by the way, Nate, the term elder, before that you were calling yourself brother, along with this guy, Barack Shaw. Then you were cursing us out because they said, Barack Shaw, you got these guys calling themselves the great elders. And when you said that, we wouldn't call ourselves elders. It was all these other people that were watching us that called us elders, man.
That's
and then,
right.
because back in the old school, we were either priests or high priests.
That's right.
Or generals.
Yep.
There was nobody called nobody an elder.
That's right.
So that was a whole new thing.
That's right.
So now, all of a sudden, Nate is an elder now. Why? Because he's jealous of us.
That's right.
That's why he calls us out.
Yeah.
If we call ourselves the oracles, he will start calling himself the oracles.
Yep.
Hey, you calling yourself the oracles? That's ridiculous. Then after about 2 months, he'll call himself Oracle on deck.
Yeah, Nate, you a hypocrite. Hey, man, but the point I want to make real quick, and we get back in the scriptures, when I was in Yashawan's camp, I wasn't on no level. I was I knew the basics, but I was at least able to pass the soldier's test. That was the one thing Yashawan said. That, look, you got to take the test, brother. You got to take that test. When you going to take that test?
You got to do it with the napkin in your hand.
Yeah, right.
Till somebody give me a napkin.
Yeah,
take that test.
That's the only thing. That was the only
you
thing.
got to take that test, brother. Take that test,
with the
brother.
winking eye.
With the blinking eye. Take that test,
That was the
brother.
only thing. That was the only leadership thing he ever, as far as trying to work. No, but he didn't say, look, brother, I'll get a brother to work with you. He didn't, look, when you going to Shire, when you going to take that test? Man, you got to take that test. You got to take that test. Yeah, but then through the Spirit of the Lord was with me. I knuckled down.
Well, he should take that test. He should take that AIDS test, man. Because he looks like an AIDS victim.
Yeah,
Just
man.
go ahead and take that test.
But I was in Yashawan's camp. I managed. The Spirit of the Lord was with me. I was able to pass the test, right? I passed it. And then he put me out there. He kicked my ass out the camp. Said, report back to the school because you ain't on the level. You ain't ready for the camp. And I did that. And I got with Robert Jones, this other joker.
Y'all would have loved that, brother. Y'all would have loved it, man. He was a funny brother.
But
man.
the Spirit of the Lord, Robert Jones was more of a leader than you, because he got with me. Look, brother, we got to get together and study, because Yashawan had kicked him out the camp too. Hey, look, brother, we got to get together. And so when we were boys anyway. So me and him got back studying, and we was going to the classes, and then we ended up joining the Spirit allowed it where we joined Elder Tahar's camp. And then the Spirit paired me, myself, and Elder Gabar up.
Yeah, that was the nigga that used to pop off. He had a Uzi and shit. He used to go up on the roof and pop it off.
Oh, yeah.
That's when Brooklyn was real wild,
Robert
man.
Jones. Well, I was guilty of it. Because I was with him. But the dude, I got the Spirit paired up myself and Elder Gabar up with Elder Tahar. And when I got with Elder Tahar, that's when I started coming up on a level and really learning shit. And then I was never good in the Hebrew prior to that, but then it got to a point where I got into the Hebrew. I used to, I got to tighten up my game. If I start reading the Torah and studying, then I can start spitting on the Hebrew too. But I brought this up to say this. We used to work on the oil tables. Elder Gabar remembers this. And we were working with Elder Tahar on the oil tables, so the three of us would be together. We spend a lot of time